based on photographs given to me by my friend Jonathan Farmer, which came out last September. On Saturday, I'm going to read from my new book coming out in August, so I feel this is almost the last reading I'm going to do of this book, which is kind of sad, and yet it's time to stop. I'm going to read it straight through, even though much of the book is crossed out. Ordinarily, I would read it with another reader who would read the crossouts, but I'm going to try to sound schizophrenic. What you need to know is that it's about a boy named Evan, who is very off-kilter and kind of fucked up, and we don't know why. We know that he had a best friend named Ariel. We know she is no longer around. We do not know why. And basically, Evan starts finding these random photographs left for him that are in some way tied to Ariel's disappearance, or why Ariel is not there. But we don't know how, and it's unfolding. It gets to the point that Evan feels that he needs to break into Ariel's house and check out her room to see if there are any clues as to where the photographs could be coming from, or if there are any more photographs. He goes with Jack, who is Ariel's ex-boyfriend, who seems to already sort of be over what has happened to Ariel, and Evan is not. So this is them going into her room. Neither of us wanted to be the one to open the door. We just stood there until Jack finally grabbed the knob and turned. It was still your room, but it was different. Someone besides you had cleaned it. Everything was in place, which wasn't like you at all. It was as if their whole room had been folded neatly. One more betrayal. Suddenly I was lightheaded, like I hadn't eaten in weeks. I sat down on the bed and made myself comfortable. Feeling it under me made me want to cry. You crawled in next to me. We were supposed to be studying, and there in the flicker of the candlelight, I guess we were. I studied you, you studied me. You smiled. I was too lost to smile. "Hey, Evan," Jack said, "don't lose it. Let's just get what we came for and leave." I couldn't believe this was easy for him. I couldn't believe he wasn't shaken, too. I didn't know why, but this got to me just as much as being in your dead room. Before I could think about it, I was yelling at him. "What do you know, Jack? What do you know about anything?" The tears were coming, but I was too angry to cry. They just fell out of my eyes. "That's not fair, Evan," Jack said, standing in front of the bed. "I'm so sorry, it's not fair." He sighed. "Evan, you should talk to someone about this. Really, you need to talk to someone." "How about you, jerk?" I said. "Why can't I talk to you about it?" The first time 3 of us went to the movies together, he waited until you went to get popcorn, and then he said, "You don't mind, do you?" And I'd been so moved that he'd asked, that he wanted my permission. "Do you really think this is the time and place? We're in her room, Ev." "Yeah," I said. "Don't you think that's a little weird? Doesn't that disturb you?" He looked at me like I was out of my mind. "Of course it does. Jesus, who do you think I am?" "You never talk about it," I said. "Ever." "What is there to talk about, Evan? It's done. She's gone. It happened. We did the right thing. Is that what you want to hear? What we did. We did the right thing." I hated that I needed him so much because he was the only one who knew. "I wasn't sure I'd ever be in here again," he said, staying in the perfect middle of the room as if he didn't want to touch anything. "It all feels so empty now, doesn't it? It's like her spirit's gone, so it's just a room. And that's so completely surreal. I know you think I don't care about it, but that's not true. I'm just not as open as you, okay? That's how I deal with it. But that doesn't make this easier. I don't want to be here, Evan, and I can't help but feel that you do. It's your way of keeping things going, even after they've stopped." "They haven't stopped," I told him. "Even with her gone, things don't stop. As long as we're around, they keep going. Remember at the beginning, when we fought it? When we said we were going to let go of her? I studied you, you studied me. We lay there. I moved my hand gently on your arm." I nodded. "Yeah, that didn't work." Finally he touched something, a picture frame with you and your parents safely inside. "I don't think they'd be very happy to find us here," he said. "It's not your fault," your mom had said that first night, but she never said it again. "I like to think Ariel knows we're here," I said, "that somehow she senses it, wherever she is." I moved my hand gently onto your arm. Jack put down the photo. "That's assuming she's forgiven us." "Evan," you said, "don't fall in love with me, okay?" "Yeah, I guess so." "I'm not in love with you," I said. I looked at your mirror, which was surrounded by more photos. Some of you and Jack, some of you and me, a couple of Jack alone, one of me alone, only one of Jack and me together from Six Flags in May. You didn't move your arm. You let me rest there. You didn't pull away, you pulled closer. You were so good to me. You knew and pretended you didn't. Let's always love each other and never be in love with each other, you said. And I agreed. Evan, Jack said, pointed the picture from Six Flags. That was a good day, wasn't it? And then, what's that? I asked, pointing to the picture next to it. Jack didn't see it at first. It was small compared to the other snapshots, the same size as the first photo I'd received. Look, he said, taking it out of the mirror frame and handing it to me.